show on Friday nights.
Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I when I fumble a bag. Act like you know how this goes.
Your hosts for the evening: Molle Dorst, Jim Beard, and Lefty the Video Jedi.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Friday Night Live, coming at you hard and fast, where we talk about all things having to do with bringing attention to your mission, your message, and your movement in an ever so noisy marketplace. And tonight we are talking about a very important topic, which Lefty is a big expert on. He's done a lot of work in this arena. He's gotten a lot of data, a lot of customers, myself as well. And Molle as well has actually dealt with this quite a bit. The like spike. I'm looking at you.
It hurts.
I'm looking at you.
It hurts.
Okay.
It hurts.
The like spike. It means, oh baby, I got that shot of adrenaline. I got that shot of happy. People are liking my stuff. It's the like spike. So me, when I have dealt with this, has been with VSLs. So with VSLs and with content to get to that VSL, there's a lot of work in between. Even though people go, I make VSL, I make content. Win millions. Where do I, as Steve Larson would say, now all I have to do is choose which island to buy. And so, but it doesn't work like that. There's a lot in between. There's a lot of testing. There's a lot of split testing. There's a lot of analysis and data gathering to make sure you're on the right track. Now, with VSLs, you could have a killer VSL, but the ads suck. Or you could have the ads just kicking ads, and the VSL sucks. Or you could have an amazing VSL, amazing ads, amazing content, but your offer blows. Or the headline sucks. Or the worst one is when you got a really good ad and you got a really good VSL, but the branding and the messaging is not the same. So both are kicking ass, but one does not lead to the other. There's no success. So there's constantly split testing, and you have to go through a process to make sure it's actually impactful and not just the like spike. So I'm going to defer to Lefty as he has quite a bit going on in this arena. So Lefty, this was your topic for the evening as well, my good friend. So everyone that's wondering, like, oh, like spike, that sounds tasty. That was a Lefty original.
A Lefty original. Yeah, like I feel like as entrepreneurs, right? We enter the battlefield with a clean slate. We have no idea what's going on yet, and we have like this perfectly aligned mission of what we want to do, where we want to go, sometimes how we even want to get there. And then all of a sudden, the moment the doors open to the arena, it's just pulled in a million different directions. One being the amount of content that you have to put out. And at that point, you become so focused on, at least what I've noticed, you become so focused on putting out 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of content per day, by the way, in some cases, that you kind of forget where you wanted to go. And now your focus is, this has to like hit, this has to get 1,000 likes in the first hour, or it has to go viral, or I'm competing with this person now because that person's in my same market talking about the same things and they're getting 16 to 20,000 views a day, but I'm not. And you kind of get like blindsided by all this, and your impact in the industry kind of slowly starts to diminish as you let these small bursts of dopamine rushes kind of hit you. And as eventually what happens like is when you use a drug for a certain amount of time, it eventually that same feeling wears off. And then what happens is you need more of it, and then you need more of it, and then you need more of it, and more of it, and more of it, until one of two things happen. You either become a functioning drug user where you kind of turn yourself into this placebo effect because you've done so much that the drug of choice, which let's say it's short form content in this instance, just makes you feel like it's working, or you OD. And in this instance, for entrepreneurs, I would classify OD as burnout. And you realize 6 months later, 9 months later, 18 months later, you still haven't really gotten anywhere. And worst of all, you haven't made a stink, you haven't made an impact. So, the best way to do this is, Jim, you mentioned the split testing and all that. Absolutely. You always have to split test stuff, even if you're not putting out a large amount of content every day and every week. Even with me, when I'm only, let's say, posting bi-weekly, I'm always looking at like, okay, what went wrong with this video, or what went great, and let's see how I can try and mimic it 2 weeks from now. Or did this post work, did it not work, what did people like about it? Like, something that I'm always asking in the comments is like, how did this resonate with you? Like, what did you specifically like about this? Right? Because then I can start gauging as to how I can shift and pivot moving forward. Because it's not a matter of like how much content you put out, it's a matter of like how impactful the content is when you put it out. Right? So, in in this instant, less is more, big time, 100%. What do you guys think?
I completely agree. I think that there's a common misconception that there's no KPIs for content.
Hmm.
And to a degree, that's true because it cannot be measured in a direct ROI. I put in $1, I get 5 back. It is not linear, such as that. It is a little more different because the exponential return is the audience. So when you gain a targeted audience that knows, likes, and trusts you, and you make that audience bigger, when you make those offers, you will sell more. But it is not a one-to-one result, which is what we're used to, right? Ads. I put in $1, I get out 2, and then I'm profitable, so I will scale that to the moon. It is not a direct comparison. What you're growing is not a direct result. It is the audience that you are growing. And it just is the way it goes. That is, you grow your audience of targeted, happy, raving fans that they are going to want to buy your stuff. And if there's more of them, then logic says that you will sell more. So the KPIs of content, in my eyes, are qualified engagements and shares.
Mm-hmm.
Qualified engagements. What's that? I'll tell you. Don't worry. Calm down. So it is when someone says something like, let's say your piece of content is about the like spike, and you're talking about the like spike, and someone says, oh my God, I never realized it, but I've been playing the like spike. And just this other week, I was doing this and that. And oh my God, this was such great information. That is a qualified engagement. And then you get other people that are like, keep it 100, or badass, right with you, Lefty. Absolutely. Great one, man. That kind of stuff, like, the kind of stuff that people would say when they slap you on the back and say champ. That kind of stuff is not a qualified engagement. It's nice, but it's not a qualified engagement.
No.
It means they were entertained for the time or duration that they stayed, and then they left, and they're going to go do something else now.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure we're getting qualified engagements, and we measure by those qualified engagements. And so if you're putting out a bulk of content, batching is very popular now because it helps you to buy back your time. So if you're batching 30 pieces of content and 2 of them have 20 to 30 qualified engagements and the others have 0, that's the audience telling you something. Whether or not you're listening is up to you. But you should have a Google sheet of all of your pieces of content that have gone out and the metrics associated with those pieces of content. When they were posted, what day they were posted, how much success did they have? Are there trends and patterns that you can start to see watching that data? Especially over months and months of time, you can start to see a lot of patterns. As far as when I post on Monday at 11 a.m. and I'm talking about the impact of content, I kill it. Cool. That's a win. Let's keep on expanding on that. So if in this case, let's say we had a bunch of different topics around social media marketing in general, and the one that popped off was Facebook Live, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then we would dig into that topic more and we would shed the rest. That is basing your content creation off of KPIs. Yeah. It's just whether or not you're actually measuring those KPIs. What you measure improves. Mm-hmm. So,
very well put. Very well put.
Is that the end of the show, or
no?
Yeah, we're done.
Imagine our guys. That's all we want
That's good for this episode and for the series.
I was gonna say you guys got quiet. All right.
Yeah.
No.
Used to that.
It was just like you know, now that we said that, I lost my train of thought. Wow, thanks, guys.
Did it?
It's it. You know, we should just call it. That's it. You know what? Good night, everybody. I'm.
Yeah.
Hit him with that juicy wisdom, Lefty. Hit him with
That is so funny. Yeah, no, you know, like I've come to, like, as I've sat back and I've been starting to work with people who understand, you know, more long-term projects as opposed to short-term projects. And it's really funny because, like, I'm literally sitting there on calls now, and it's a line that I thoroughly enjoy using, but it's funny that I feel like it's funny that I have to use it to begin with, which is, I always tell people, because they're like, okay, so, you know, how long is this going to take? And I'm just like, well, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your documentary. Just, you know, I have to tell you that right off the bat. But by doing these documentary pieces and, you know, spending 3-4 months, adaptation, spending more like 6-7 months, what I've been able to sit back and watch and observe what's going on, right? And this is what I've noticed. I've noticed that everybody is selling the same thing. Everybody is saying the same thing. And I feel like we've shifted in a very, very, very short period of time, by the way. I kind of find it scary how short of a time it was. I almost feel like you won't get a client now just on the premise of somebody just doesn't like you. Because last year was about, what can you do for me? Now I'm starting to think it's like, oh, this guy's cool. I'd have dinner with him. All right. So I don't feel like it. I feel like we're in this game where it's like you do VSLs, that guy does VSLs, that guy does VSLs. But it's like, do I like you more than the other guys to go with you to do my VSL? I don't think it actually has to do with the product or the service itself anymore. And I feel like we're kind of going into that direction. Could be wrong, but this is just how I'm seeing it. And I'm going to revert back to a saying that my grandfather told me when I was like 15, 16 years old. Didn't really get it back then, but I most definitely get it now. And that was literally this, because he was a big time entrepreneur himself when he came here to Toronto, pretty much gave the entire Greek community a voice when we didn't have a voice. And he said to me, as long as they like you, you'll never be out of work. And it doesn't matter what you sell. They just have to like you. And I really didn't understand that. I was like, yeah, okay, grandpa, whatever, bro. Go like a lot more bills.
What's it like being senile, Grandpa?
Yeah.
Go eat your applesauce.
But I didn't get it. I was like, I'm 15, 16 years old. I'm like, okay, I just want to like go to house parties and have a good time with my friends.
Yeah.
And then it like kind of slowly dawned on me the more I started getting into like entrepreneurship. And it's like, this is something that has also kind of built my business, is like, I'm not the only one that does what I do. Whether I hold my camera up, down, left, right, to the side, if I have you on the left side of the frame, right side of the frame, there's literally a million other people that could potentially do what I do, minus, a few additional skills that I hold dear to my heart that I probably have that others don't. But in just the basic context, it's almost like, so why does somebody come with me? Well, they have to like enjoy me as a human being first and foremost. So I feel like that alone, without content, remove the content aspect completely. Let's say you don't ever post a single thing on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Threads, like for God knows how long. Would you say people still like you enough to want to talk to you, work with you, so on and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, it coincides perfectly with, when they say they buy you before they ever buy the product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is true, because, I mean, if it's just about the product, it's apples to apples and it's a price war to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You are what makes the product unique. And then obviously packaging and, your messaging and your approach. But a big one is you. There are people out there that are like, I want Lefty. But what about, no, I want Lefty because he's that lefty dough.
The lefty dough. That's so cool.
He's that lefty dough. So, yeah, right. So that is what separates you immediately off the get. So you want to have that embraced in all your content, what makes you uniquely you. Because if you're trying to be another, we've talked about this a ton of times, you're trying to be another Alex Hormozy, then we already have one Alex Hormozy. We're all set. Yeah. We're all stocked up on Hormozy. Thank you.
That's it.
I'm
gonna dude. I offer Hormozy style like spikes, by the way, if just in case you were wondering. Like, fine.
Nice.
Just let me know if you ever want. I'm also, it's free, by the way. You don't have to pay me. But there's like a $5,000 setup fee. One time though, it's fine. But it's free. Everything is free. So I just want you to know that it's free, but $5,000. Free. Free.
He has nothing to sell you.
Nothing. I love those guys. Like, why don't you just tell them?
Oh, they're amazing. But they are amazing for being them. Don't be them.
No,
be you.
Don't do that.
You can model things if you like how kicking ads. That's right. So you can model things, and that's completely encouraged, especially when you're starting out. What do you have to do? You model things that succeed. Mm-hmm. But you got to make it your own. It has to be your voice, your branding, your tone, the way you would put it across to the viewer, the audience. If it isn't, then you're just copying someone else's stuff, which obviously has its unethical basis. But in addition to that, you're never going to be able to compete with them. They're the original.
Yeah.
They're the ones that made that look, that feel, that brand. If you try and take their stuff and you're competing with them directly, you're going to lose every single time. Make it your own.
Yeah.
Completely agreed on that, Lefty.
And there's nothing wrong with getting away from the norm of like, just because someone, posts a couple tips on what they can do to spike their Facebook groups or get the next discovery call or whatever. It's like, talk about something that you just like talk about something that you're passionate about. Talk about like a cause that you would just, you know, love to back, put some money behind or whatever. Like everybody just, like I said, talks the same game. Everyone's walking the same walk, talking the same talk. But it's those people that like turn around and be like, by the way, guys, you know, today I'm just going to show you how I make my grilled cheese sandwich. And you're just like, you're a business coach, for example. That throws everybody off. And now you're going to find a million other people that are like, holy crap, I love grilled cheese sandwiches. Oh, I put these ingredients. And now you start to interact with people on a different level. That's not just the mundane, like mustard crap that's just sitting at the top of everybody's social media feeds. You know, give people something different. Like, we're not robots. We use robots to help us do our work, but we are not robots. So shine bright like a diamond.
Two of my favorite statements of content that I constantly tell people if they're just starting out is A, document what you're doing.
Yeah.
Document the journey. Alex Hormozy even talks about this. He goes, if I want to know what to make for next month or this week, I look at my planner. What did I do? Let's talk about what I did. And then the other one is, if you're bored, you're boring.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So get out there and mix it up. Do something noteworthy. Even if it's just you on a Zoom call coaching people in your zone of genius, that is amazing. Let's show people what you do. Show me.
Yeah, at least it's different.
Show me content is great content, especially for generating leads. Show me you in your zone of genius. Show me you helping somebody else that you would mirror my situation.
Yes.
Show me content, document the journey, and if you're bored, you're boring has driven a lot of content.
Molly's a little quiet over there. Molly, what do you have to say? We're waiting for you.
I'm being boring.
You're being boring. Well, all right. As long as you're enjoying yourself, because that's what matters first.
That's true.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just like taking this all in because I love it. I love it. The old mentality is just keep producing content, and that's what jumps on the algorithms, and that's what's going to get you attention. But you have to do it with the right mindset, the right goal in mind. And if your goal is only short term, you're chasing the like spike. If your goal is much more long term and you're thinking more of the legacy game, that completely changes your frame of reference for your content.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool because it opens you up to completely new people. So you guys watching at home, go head over to the Visibility Hackers YouTube channel, and hello to everyone watching from there right now. But I put out a ton of shorts, and what we're doing in this quarter in relation to the content we're putting out there is being really specific about how general we are. So we have random questions that will apply to anyone just to get the conversation started. And it's so fascinating what you learn from the people around you and what you learn from the people who are interacting with your content when you start to broaden your mindset and broaden your content types, instead of just going, I am only focused on my niche. I am only focused on my niche. Like, yeah.
It's like trying to shoot a target in a forest in the dark, and it's far away.
And the target's moving.
And it's moving.
Yeah.
I've done that.
And it's windy.
Lefty, I've done that.
I have. I back up into a ravine and I shoot crossbows on the weekend. And one time I missed my target, and there's just like 100 feet of forest. I lost that arrow. I don't know where it is. And that's what I did. I just shot into the darkness.
Well, I found an arrow randomly today, so maybe that's where it is.
Oh, now you're just proving that the world might be flat if it made it to you. Because I did shoot it in going west. So maybe it did.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Oh,
Awesome.
no, but yeah, you gotta be outside of the box thinkers.
Yeah.
Like, don't just think about, okay, what would my clients want to know about how I can help them with their business. It's like, I just kind of find that this type of content is, it's like, it's inevitable. Like, you're gonna have to make it regardless. So don't make your entire like content structure revolved around the inevitable, right? Find other things that you can like put in between that time. And maybe you have like a cool story to share. Maybe you did something on the weekend that, I don't know, somebody else might find interesting. The cool thing about us as human beings is that we have interests and hobbies and a life outside of work.
What?
You guys
What?
do?
Wait, what?
So
Huh?
I know, right? So you got like how about trying to connect with me on a deeper level by maybe talking about something that I potentially might be interested in that you would have never known. Like, for example, I didn't put Mortal Kombat 1 down since I picked it up last night, but I had to do it for Friday Night Live.
Makes me wish I had a PS5.
Like, if
I need to
Oh.
step up my PS game.
there you go. So it, like, that right there is a conversation piece. I mean, we're talking about a franchise that is like 20 years in
Massive.
the making, right?
Massive franchise.
So if you are in the same generation as I'm in, growing up together, we had that to talk about. You know what I mean? And you can get into so many other types of conversations, like why this character is your favorite character, and so on and so forth. Like, people, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I never understood when video first came to Instagram, and I was like, why the hell does somebody care about me eating a club sandwich? Like, why do you care about that? And
I mean, if it
I'm
was a
starting to
good-looking
realize,
club, I mean,
yeah, in the club, baby, let's go. No, but I started to realize that it's like, because everything else that you see on these social media platforms revolves around one thing. It gets dull, it gets boring. Shine some light. There is grass on the other side. It is greener. You just got to find it.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think
So-
when it comes to finding those interests and finding those places of connection, I see it as there being two different levels. There's surface level and then there's deep level. So surface level, I love grilled cheese. This is how I made my grilled cheese today. I'm wearing my Halloween stuff. Here's just a picture of me in my Halloween stuff. I'm editing my book today. Here's a picture of me editing my book. Okay.
Mhm.
So people can relate going, oh, yeah, I do that too. Or, oh, that looks like a nice day. Or here's a surface level comment, which is also great for engagement. We know that they're quality comments still, even though they're not qualified comments.
Right.
Remember what Jim taught us earlier.
Mhm.
But then there's deep level conversations. So I know Jim and I did this little experiment a little while ago where we did a whole series of really long written posts that we were posting in or longer form text posts that we were posting on Facebook. And Jim was talking about things like music that he was into and Tupac and this, that, and the other thing. So again, those surface, quote unquote, surface level connections, but writing something much more deeper and much more profound in the connection, the epiphany that you're connecting to that image or that idea.
And it's
or
still
that
tied
point of
back
connection.
to my expertise.
Exactly.
I made sure
And
it's
I
still
was
tied
posting
back to that.
Yeah, and I was posting stories of like moments in my life where there was profound thought that had come up, or changes, or just deep moments that had nothing to do with my expertise necessarily. They didn't have a
Right.
call to action at the bottom. It was just, this was an important moment in my life. This is my perspective on it. And I wanted to share that with you. And it was really fantastic to see the different types of connections we were able to make from those different types of pieces of content. So yeah.
It was so vastly different from what we were used to, which is all
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
So
that was hard.
we did it as a challenge to see, okay, A, is copywriting just pure copywriting in an image? Does it still stand up? It does, by the way. It does. And is it going to generate qualified conversations? It does. It may take you a minute to get it dialed in, but it does. So for those of you watching that are like, screw video, I don't want to do this. This sucks. I hate every ounce of it. I'm never going to do it. No, 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 no. You know, like when the little kids got the peas coming up to their mouth, that kind of deal. You can do text posts and they can kick ass for you.
Yeah.
So if you want to go that road, go that road. And if you fancy yourself not a video person or a copywriter, then maybe a podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe an audio podcast, or maybe a blog, or maybe you hire a team to just straight up do it for you.
I was going to get there. Bingo.
And that's all great.
Yeah.
It all works. It all works if you do it. That's the key is you got to do it.
I feel like everybody thinks they have to do everything by themselves. Now, mind you, okay, things cost things, right? So, you know, if you can't afford it, for example, then don't go, you know, shooting yourself in the foot just because you need a videographer, cinematographer, or copywriter, or whatever the case might be. But at the end of the day, it's like there are some times where, like, I will take pro bono projects because I see the lifetime expectancy of that individual, and the vision at the end of the day is much grander than any piece of money that I could potentially ask for right out the gate. But I'm also starting, and there's a lot of ways that everybody here can do that with their own businesses, right? You know, obviously at that point it becomes like an equal, more or less trade. Maybe one person happens to give a little bit more than the other, but at the end of the day, it's like that's any relationship. So don't be shocked if you happen to be doing more than the other person you ended up partnering up with or collaborated with. But yeah, like it's becoming kind of stale to find those types of people. And I need you to, wherever you are, please revive yourselves, because I would love to have a conversation with you. I would.
So, Jim, tell us about your question. Prompt everyone to their action step for today.
Yeah, what kind of content suits you and your style? You know you better than anybody. So, judging off of the type of person you are, like me, I'm a visual learner and I'm an action-based learner. I need to get in it, do it, make my mistakes on the fly, fix the airplane with the duct tape in midair. That's my style. So is my first episode of X's and O's was the first time I ever went live. Like, that's just the person I am, because that's just how I am. That's how I'm wired. So if I was like, I can't do this, then maybe I would have tried copywriting at that time. But I did. So now I'm here, obviously, like helping out clients with videos that sell and doing live streaming with Molly and Lefty. And there's been tons of people that have cycled through my world because I stayed that course.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of that conscious decision that I made, like, no, this is me. I'm staying here. So, but that all coincides with who I am as a person. This is how I function best and how I'm able to serve at the highest level for me. So we got Jen says, I like out of the box content writing. I like that shock factor. I like that. Nice. We got a hey guys earlier. I don't know who that is. It just says Facebook user. So if you could leave a comment and let us know who you are there, because StreamYard's not letting us know your name.
What is your name?
We want to shout you out.
Yeah.
Can I just comment on how great Lefty's profile photo looks? On
That
YouTube?
is really good.
Like,
Fun fact, took
Very
that
million
shot.
ways to die in the West of you.
I took that shot and edited that shot all by myself. Nobody was around. It was just a single guy
That makes it
Lonely-
even better.
in a lonely
I hope you
world.
were in public.
I was
somewhere.
I was very in public. I was on a main street in
I
my
love it.
beautiful town of 4,000 people, and cars were driving by, and I was just sitting there with this hat, and I literally just
Mark Douglas, what's up, man?
Thank
you so much for joining us, of course.
So wait, if Mark's Marky Mark, are we the Funky Bunch?
We can only hope. I feel funky.
But yeah, no, I took that shot by myself. Like, I mean, you know what? Like, it's you have to learn how to do these things properly on your own until you can level up, essentially, right? It's they're great skills to have. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do them yourself. Like when the time comes, of course, hire out, you're going to get busier too. But I also was a photographer before I became a cinematographer and a filmmaker. So I had that skill. I'll be honest with you though, my like self-portrait game, it does suck. Like, I'll take like 10 blurry photos before I get like one good one. So I know that some people might be like, "Oh, Lefty's a genius. Oh my God." Believe me, I'm not a genius. I'm more of like a mad scientist that just gets it right.
we're all figuring it out.
Yeah, but Molly,
Said the
in regards to
genius.
what we're talking about, you have a surprise for us, don't you?
Oh, yes. Okay, so I have secretly spoiled the surprise to the guys, but last year at Funnel Hacking Live, I had an awesome opportunity to do a really fun photo shoot with a really cool photographer, Amber Larkin. And this year she's coming back to Funnel Hacking Live, so clearly I was first on her list. And I figured, why not add a little bit of extra time with her and do a fun shoot with the guys? So we're gonna have some Funnel Hacking Live photo shoot, something new for you all. So if there are funny poses you think we should do, different kinds of photos you think we should have, prop ideas, let me know. Post them in the comments. All that fun stuff. Any inside jokes we've come up with over the years that we should also have. Maybe branded t-shirts. Like, I make t-shirts, so all of your ideas, put them down in the comments, because I think we're gonna have some fun photos.
What
We're gonna
hat should
update
I
these
bring?
ones. These are great, but
You know
these
what I
are old.
revived the other day in a training? Is that
What?
I'm a quiche.
Yes.
You're
I brought it back. I brought it back.
You're
Talking about how kind of in the vein of, if you serve everyone, you serve no one.
okay.
So I am unique to myself, and therefore there's going to be some people that are like, this blows, I hate you, and your face is dumb. And there's other people going to be like, Jim's my ride or die. Where are we going? And that it's kind of like quiche. Like, you either really like it, you hate it, or you're like, I don't even know what that is. Is that a thing? Did you just make that up?
I
And
love
so
quiche. I had it for dinner tonight.
I'm a quiche.
Oh, I love quiche.
And that was a comment I brought up many moons ago on the show, and that I rekindled the other day on a training. You should have seen all the confused faces.
Huh? What? Huh?
Like, he's a quiche. Did I miss something?
That's awesome. That is
Everyone
awesome.
woke up hungry.
Great.
Is it lunchtime?
Yeah, all right. Food?
Mm.
Food?
I'll eat all day, every day. I had my wife is actually putting me on like a food budget for how much I eat at like, especially when I'm in Orlando. She's like, this is
She's
how
a
much you're
wise
having for
woman.
food.
It's so
because she
easy
knows.
just to eat everything there.
She knows.
Everything's so good.
She knows I'm just gonna destroy wherever we go. I'm just obliterate it. So she's like, I'm putting you on a budget.
Another one. How many of you guys out there are going to be joining us at Funnel Hacking Live? We're going to be there in full effect and mostly clothed.
Mostly.
I
might have
Yeah,
to.
which is
they're
pretty
Easy
impressive,
Rivers, so.
considering that none of us ever wear clothes below the eye line of the camera.
You know
That
what?
is a fact we were not going to reveal until the anniversary. But yeah, okay. Actually, it is our anniversary.
Is it really?
Yeah, next week will be year 3.
Oh baby.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's a big one.
Whoa.
That is
All
pretty
right, so
crazy.
the rest of today's episode, we have to plan for next week's episode for our big birthday party.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So,
And I'm
and
so
Mark-
happy to be here.
Mark said he's going to be, he's raising his hand. I think that means he will be there.
He sure
Yeah.
will be.
Thank you so much, Jen. We appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we talked to you guys about consistency. Here it is.
Heck yeah.
Proof in the
Heck
pudding,
yeah.
as the kids say. Hashtag
And that-
Oh
facts.
my goodness.
keeping it 100.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what kind of I'll show you guys something cool I got that I am potentially going to bring to Funnel Hacking Live. It's up to all of you to decide if I bring them
Alright.
because I'm bringing them for you guys. So I you guys have already seen the yes and no signs that I have, right? The little check marks and X's that are on my
I
floor.
Sure have seen those, yes.
These guys.
Mhm.
So we got these we can play with. And then I also got us buzzers
That's great.
because, well, we all know
I'll
that
definitely have
the
that
reason why
taken away
Jim and
from
I
you.
connected is because of Jim's crazy wild game show X's and O's, and I just want to sprinkle Jim with so many opportunities to start another game show at Funnel Hacking Live.
So you gotta-
At Funnel Hacking Live. All right.
Consider
I
this
gotta get prepared for that.
a positive peer pressure.
Yeah, let's do the game show at the place where you have the worst internet connection. That'll be awesome.
Oh
we
my
can
god.
record it. We don't have to stream it live.
We'd have
I'm
to get
still
some
waiting for-
Starlink action would have to be in
Yeah.
place on that one.
Yeah,
I,
we
Elon,
don't want to
help
doesn't
us.
Shut us down.
Elon,
Right.
help us.
I'll
Just
just
geo block us.
find somebody who has like a satellite dish because it's literally just a satellite. You just gotta unscrew it. Because I know people in my area that have it. Okay, I live that rural, so it's pitch black. I just need a Phillips head screwdriver. I'll go up on someone's roof, and that satellite's mine. I'm bringing it to Orlando. We're gonna
Can
have
we just
it.
bolt it to the roof of the Tesla?
That's it.
All right, good.
There we go.
That's so funny.
Yo, why are you flying down? Why aren't we driving down?
Oh God, you know what? I can't do a drive like that. If it's like what 20 hours to Florida,
Yeah.
like
Something like that.
including
More.
char-
It'd be more than that. Yeah.
including charging, it would probably be closer to like 30, 35. So
Mm.
That's a lot.
I'm not like we would have to stop every like 2 to 2.5 hours to charge the car.
Mark says he's going to be looking for your satellite dish.
Oh, perfect. I'll just be walking around like this, like just like I'm here, guys.
Honestly, you would get a ton of new friends if you were that guy at the conference
Oh yeah,
because
Wi-Fi.
is always bad.
That's
Hey,
amazing.
I'm a Starlink guy.
The Starlink guy. Hello. I'm actually I'm still waiting. I have a good idea too for a YouTube video, but I need to find somebody that I can do this in person with, because I would love
Yes,
to
neighbor.
do. What's that?
Yes, neighbor.
Oh yeah. No, well, Molly, you would be involved. You would be involved. I'm looking for somebody who I can do movie trivia with. And I'm just gonna keep it at that for now because it's it's weird. It's weird. But movie trivia, I want you to be the person that reads the questions. You are the master, and essentially
So it's
I want
you versus someone answering movie trivia, and I host.
yes, except
Okay, so
whoever
when I was a
gets the
kid-
wrong answer, wrong answer gets a really nasty shock. But the fun part is that
Like a shock, like a shock collar,
like a shock, but
or like I'm
we
so
would be-
surprised I messed that up.
we would be controlling each other's levels of like
Oh wow, that really is that's the Shyamalan twist right there.
yeah.
That's like psychology class gone wrong.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be super funny. By the way, don't worry, we're not here to hurt anybody. I'm talking about like whatever it would feel like to potentially like give birth or like a period.
Just
cramp.
after the game, every time you hear a bell, you'll just wet yourself.
You know, like casual trauma and torture.
Twisted trivia, yeah, twisted
Twisted
trivia.
trivia.
I like it.
Oh my god,
Ooh,
love it.
I'm sweating
in.
thinking about it. I just like,
Did he just do the hand fan?
yeah, I did the hand fan. Woo, woo. Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Oh, that made my entire evening.
yeah, hand fan.
Oh, so good.
So good. So I got this today. I haven't opened it yet.
Yes.
I don't know what I know what it is. I just don't know what it is.
But wait, before you open it, everyone at home, Jim, me, everyone,
Hello.
drum roll, please. Well, Lefty unveils the box.
Okay, we open the box. We take it out. Oh, baby.
Ooh, it's so pretty.
Best cinematographer 2023 from
There it is. Little focus adjustment. Thank you for that.
Crown Point International Film Festival. Yay!
Congratulations, man. That's a pretty one.
This is a pretty one. And then it goes very well with Robert J. Moore's one that I got
Oh, yeah,
the day of the
yeah.
screening. So
Just
these
sweet.
are this got some weight. Maybe if I don't
Yeah.
like somebody at Funnel Hacking Live, just like no.
You got a nice fine glass collection growing. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
So.
I don't want to get rid of the
Crystal.
box. The box is so nice.
Okay.
Oh,
You can keep this one.
okay, thanks, man. As long as I have your
You can keep
approval.
this one. We'll allow it.
Okay, fine. No hands, Jim. Here, there you go. Is that better? Maybe I'll do this one.
It is no, yeah, it made it worse.
Get it right?
No, yeah, it's not getting better. Sorry,
no.
bud. Yeah.
Someone's gonna. You better catch me at the conference. You're gonna watch me.
You want me to catch you outside?
I'm just gonna be like this.
Catch me outside?
Catch you outside.
Yeah,
That's it.
so okay. So imagine the big long hallway going down to Funnel Hacking Live.
It is a big one.
Right out front of general admission. On the other side, there's a selection of tables where people network and they kind of find a little bit of peace and quiet in the chaos that is everyone. I could totally see Lefty just like be standing in the middle of that hallway, just
Doing hand
quietly fanning himself
Yeah.
and not paying attention to when the doors open and everyone comes rushing out.
I can see it.
I'm gonna become a meme next week, aren't I? Like someone's gonna meme me.
We can only hope.
We can
Well,
all-
talking
No.
about that, didn't
Jim,
Dan
you're
Henry make
you're
a whole
rooming
point
with me.
of being pretty much memeing himself of wearing that ridiculous hat and with his GoPro and stuff that one year just to be ridiculous, to grab attention.
Who are you
And-
referring to?
Dan Henry.
Oh, with the hat with the bunny ears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. I think it was great. He looked so
It did
handsome,
exactly what he wanted it to do.
but he got people's attention.
People said,
and,
"Who's that bunny dude?"
Who's that guy?
Yeah.
And then people, imagine the number of people who went, "Who's that weirdo?" And now look back and go, "Oh, he was
It's that
smart."
weirdo.
Yeah, who's that weirdo? Who's that
Oh.
successful weirdo?
Yeah,
Then
right.
in that case, I should just walk through the conference grounds like Vince McMahon, just throwing my arms.
No, man, I say Lefty, lean into the obvious. You are Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah, and I'm 10 pounds lighter, so I'm thankful for that now.
So you're like, Jason Momoa ready to fight. 'Cause
Doing
Jason
photo
Momoa
ops,
takes-
$5 a photo.
Do it.
You gotta get that one little he has like a razor cut through one of his eyebrows.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Just
I'll
do
do
that
it.
one, and pretty much just
Oh,
ship
and they're
it from
ruining
there.
these beautiful caterpillars. Oh my god. We'll
All right,
see.
yeah, that's not helping your cause, bud.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
It didn't help, man.
I have a new cause though. I have a new cause. I'm not sharing it yet. Maybe I'll share it. I don't know. But Molly helped me with my first cause. I now have a second cause. What should I don't know. Should I keep it a secret? I should keep it a secret. Probably.
Well, we have less than 9 minutes remaining. So good cliffhanger.
I'll keep it a secret.
All right.
Maybe I'll announce it after we get back from Orlando.
An extended cliffhanger.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good one.
Like one of those cliffhangers where you're like hanging onto the cliff and then the cliff breaks and you fall a little bit and then you grab onto the next cliff and you're like, oh shoot, I'm still hanging. It's kind of
And
like
then you see the fingers slowly going until you're like at the thumb and you're just like holding on by the thumb for dear life.
Jen's
yeah.
like, what is going on
I
tonight?
completely agree, Jen. On occasion, we go way off the rails.
Yes.
You are no stranger to it. I know.
No, but you know what? It has to do with my brand new venture. Okay. A lot of people that know what I'm kind of doing now. It's gonna tie into this, and it's kind of like an idea that was circulating and bouncing around, and I feel like it could work because, like I said, Molly, you helped me with my first venture, and guess what? It did not pay off. So
Yeah, that's a glowing testimonial, right there.
Yeah, Molly helped me out with my first
Molly.
amazing.
Molly
helped me get to my
pay off.
first funnel hacking live, and it didn't not work out. So hire Molly.
That makes
I
me
would do
think
that
of
for a
like
testimonial.
setting up an entire brand that's just based on like sarcastic, half-assed testimonials.
Yeah,
I would love that. I
worked with Jim, and he's got a great beard.
I would love
hire
that
him.
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want that top end beard game, you go to Lefty and he'll even let you pet it. It's part of his upsell.
Oh yeah.
He actually will let you.
I signed
touch
up
it.
for the VIP package simply to be in the presence of the beard itself.
It's the VIP
Pay
upsell.
$20K to be in the room with the beard.
I paid $20K to be in the.
At his highest tier, he'll give you a piggyback ride.
You can hold on.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh my god. That's hilarious.
Buy now while supplies last.
Buy now while supplies last. Sale ends in 12 hours from
Scarcity and urgency. Oh, there it is.
we have two spots remaining. 20,
Now, are you going to run ads to this?
Oh yeah.
How are we going to split test this?
Honestly, guys,
Carefully.
I would love to see us come up with the most absurd ad. Like people would literally watch and be like, what the hell? But at the same time, they'd be like, I need to know more. How can we make this happen?
Jen says that beards are fire, so you guys have to fan yourselves.
All day, every day, girl. You don't have to worry about me. I got this.
Jim's on strike.
And I'll even go faster if I have to. Get the wind motion going. Oh, I could this guy's going off. I could feel it.
There you go.
Come on, Jim. Be a good
I
sport.
did it. It was great.
Yeah, he did. He got his
It was really enjoyable.
participation ribbon.
It was enjoyable. Yeah, it was nice.
Maybe I should show up to Orlando with like a fan and one of those like large sun hats.
No.
And just
No.
yes, I'm here for the
Don't do it.
conference.
Just because of Molly's response, do it.
Do it.
Just like the biggest, most out. Like I can't even fit out of the plane or through doors. Like that's how big of a sun hat. I'm
Like the
thinking.
oversized
Lefty,
sombrero.
I have that hat.
Yeah.
I will bring it for you.
No way.
Oh, the hat competition is on.
And I need like the
I will see you in
bougiest.
Orlando.
I don't care if they're knockoffs, just for the look. I need like the bougiest looking sunglasses.
Like,
Just
nope, not even gonna say it.
big specs. Just big specs.
Like
Those walk
the
with-
oversized Elvis ones.
I'm in. Give it to me.
Well, you guys are all witness to what happens when the gang gets together. It's been a wild week, but thank you all so much for joining this crazy edition of Friday Night Live. But remember, the whole point of this episode is reminding you to stay away from chasing the like spike.
Stay away.
Stop trying to fight for those hits here and there, and instead change your focus, change your perspective, and start playing that long game. Start taking that step back so you can really see who you are inside of your brand and start representing that in the content that you're putting out there so that you can create these moments, these points of connection. It's not always about calls to action. It's not always about having people take action. Sometimes it's literally about just sharing and letting people be seen in your stories that you're putting out there. So
share.
I love it.
Thanks,
Jen.
Be everywhere. Be in there.
Hey, Jen. So Jim or Lefty, you wrap it up first, and then we'll do the usual.
All right.
Okay. Well, find ways to be unique. Find ways to get people into your world without talking about business. Could be fun, some fun homework there. And just think of yourself in a bigger light. Your brand most definitely deserves it. So think about how you could make a real impact in this world.
Yeah.
Rock.
And now to Jim with the weather.
It's getting a little chilly though, to be honest with you, and I'm not a fan. But
Weather.
as when it comes to content, you're starting out, you're like, what do I do? Just if you're bored, you're boring. Get out there, show them, document the journey. Start there, move forward. Make sure you're tracking what is happening. Get those qualified engagements, and you will be absolutely fine. It will continue to grow in a positive direction that is going to be beneficial to you and your business. Growing that audience, not directly tied to an ROI. Even though it is not directly tied to an ROI, you would be hard pressed to find people with even 1,000 targeted, absolutely qualified, engaged leads in their audience that don't outsell most others.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
All right, guys. We're going to do something different. We're going to do something we haven't done in quite a while. But we're going to do a speed round of weekly wins. We're all about celebrating action takers. So why not take this moment to celebrate one weekly win? So we're going to go around, we're going to share our weekly wins, and you watching right now or on the replay, put it down in the comments. Let's celebrate those wins. Let's celebrate our action takers. So I'll kick us off today, actually. So this week, I finally finished the edit of my my book. So the final first draft edit done, and it's time to move on to the next step. I have been procrastinating on it, so I'm celebrating the fact I finally pushed over that obstacle. Jim,
Congratulations. That's a huge one.
Huge
one.
new cover coming next week. You guys will get to see it.
Please
Yay!
bring it. So for me, it was Monday midday. I finally set up a call, which they've been dodging me for a year.
Whoa.
With a client that I've been after for a year, nurturing that relationship, making sure that it stayed open and stayed good, and adding value anywhere I could. And it finally we have a call, which is going to be a big deal, because if it was to close, it would be by far, like aggressively far, the biggest client I've ever had.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like not even close to a second place. So I'm very, very excited about it. I've been working on this for a year.
That's
yes,
incredible.
a year I've been working on this.
Love it. Lefty, what's your big celebration? And it can't be one of the ones you've already gotten to celebrate tonight.
I am doing a mini day in the life documentary with a lovely 2 Comma Club Award winner at Funnel Hacking Live when we're there, where I'm going to be pretty much bringing her a badass film, and we're going to be spending an entire day together. So that's going to be a lot of fun. What makes it even more fun is that next Tuesday, we are jumping on a call to kind of air out all the logistics. And it's kind of like both our first times. So we're kind of like figuring out how we're going to make our schedule out as we go. But I think that's what's going to make it for even like more juicier content for her video.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. So those of you at home, put your celebrations down in the comments. Let's celebrate all of the incredible things. And I'm just saying, because next week is our anniversary, our 3-year anniversary of Friday Night Live. We're going to bring back weekly wins. We're going to do this regularly. So at this point in the show, moving forward, I'm executive decisioning here. Y'all watching will be invited to join us live. We'll bring you guys back on. We'll have some free time together. We'll chat, and we'll start talking about moving forward. Yeah.
And the wins can be
Yeah,
anything, right? Like they could be anything. Like maybe you just had like a really, really awesome dinner. Maybe you went to like your favorite restaurant that you haven't been to in a long time. Don't think it just has to do with business. Like whatever you feel like celebrating that day, like heck, you could just be like, I woke up today, and that is good enough for me. You know,
like a dear friend of mine walks every day, and she was like, hey, I've had COVID for a month now. And today was the first time I was able to take a full walk without feeling like I was going to be sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is
we
really,
celebrate
really awesome.
self-care here, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. Doesn't work. If you want to serve, if you want to play that legacy game, it cannot happen if you are drained. So celebrate those wins. Celebrate those days that you don't have to get out of your pajamas because you built your business on your schedule.
Love that.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
So on that note, I think it's time we wrap this up. I'm doing this. It's time to go.
Is it the final words time? Final words?
Yeah.
Oh,
Does that mean I can't see you? I don't know.
I don't know.
Pretty sure that meant something like that.
Lefty, help me out.
what? Yeah, no, we're Canadians, bro. You can't see us, bro. Like,
I mean,
We're
it
hiding
makes
in the
sense.
trees.
It's all
You
the
don't need-
syrup.
yeah, it is.
You guys are all hopped up on syrup.
Just, you know what? I do have final words, and it is the new mantra: WSMRM.
Okay.
Yes.
What's worm?
WSMRM. Will Sarah McLachlan remember me?
Aw,
Okay.
All right,
I
we're out.
will
That marks it.
remember you.
That marks it.
Think of that song. Think
Yeah,
of
that's
that
it.
song and apply it to your content. Have Sarah's voice in the back of your head going, "Will you remember me?"
And in the arms of an angel, anytime you see a ratty ass dog.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So that's it. What will Sarah McLachlan remember me? Because if she ain't gonna remember you, nobody probably will.
She'll remember me. I was the random chick walking on the beach who needed to go pee, so I walked up to her door and I knocked on the door and let myself in, kind of. Yeah.
You'll definitely be remembered there.
Canadians, we're a really assuming bunch. We're kind of friendly.
That's it. Yeah.
So, Jim, what are your last words for today?
Other than what?
What just happened?
What?
My other words would be your time is the only resource you don't get back. So we appreciate that you spend it here with us. We will see you on the next Friday Night Live. Back to Molly.
All right, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you all so much for joining us. You're going to have to stick around. Make sure you subscribe to the Visibility Hackers YouTube channel. Stick around because I don't know if we're going to do book club this week. I got a pack for Funnel Hacking Live, so
I know.
we'll figure it out. So stay tuned. We'll keep you in the loop.
No.
Make sure you subscribe to all of our channels. Come hang out with us in the Visibility Hackers Facebook group because we truly, truly love having you around and we want to be there to support you, answer your questions if you have any, leave them in the group. We love you. We love you. We love you. Go be a quiche.